Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. This video, we're going to give picks and analysis for the 2019 Haskell Stakes at Monmouth Park. As I record this, as far as I know, they're still going to run it. We're having a heat wave here in parts of North America, and a lot of tracks are canceled for Saturday, July 20th. But as of this recording, Monmouth is still planning on running on this day, on Saturday, July 20th, and it's still a go with the Haskell. So let's get right with it. The Haskell Stakes is 1 1/8 miles on the dirt. It's race 12 at Monmouth Park. Woo! We got a lot of speed horses in this field. A lot of speed horses. There are only 7 horses, and I think 5 of them like to be on the front end, like to get out to the early lead. Usually that's not a good setup for all this early speed. So you have 2 ways to look at this. You either bet on the horses that are going to go out to the early lead, which is pretty much the entire field, or you take a contrarian play and bet the horses that aren't coming or aren't out to the front of the pack, that like to lay off the pace or close in. So keep that in mind, because I think pace is going to decide this race. All right, so number 1, King for a Day. This is the horse that beat Maximum Security in Maximum Security's return. The Maximum Security was heavily bet, and King for a Day upset him. Man, I mean, the last race was really good. It was a career best, needless to say, for King for a Day. Now, what you want to think about with this horse is it going to bounce? Did that horse have the race of its life, and now it's going to regress? You know, a horse that takes a big jump like that really improves to that level. Can it sustain it or repeat it? So you got 3 options. Think it's going to bounce and regress, come back to earth, or regress a little bit from that really good performance last time out. Or will it repeat the same level? So even if that horse had the same speed figures and kind of runs just like it did last time at Monmouth, it was at Monmouth, if it could just repeat it, will that repeat be enough to beat this field? Or your third choice is the horse even getting better? Can it even improve off of that last race? So that's your 3 things to consider with King for a Day. It's trained by Todd Pletcher, who's a wonderful Hall of Fame trainer, of course. It has an inside post, and the inside post at Monmouth is winning a really good percentage, has a really good win percentage on those inside posts. So King for a Day, one of those early speed horses, to me, I think has a lot of good things going for it, as long as it doesn't regress off of that last race, as long as it doesn't what we call bounce in horse racing. Number 2, Jovia. It has early speed. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's undefeated at Monmouth, so this has the horse for course angle. Is that enough to top these other contenders in this race? Number 3, Spun to Run. It has a 2-race winning streak. Another speed horse. So if you think the inside posts have an advantage, if inside speed has an advantage, then these first 3 contenders, why not take a shot at decent prices with these? King for a Day, I think, is morning line 5-2, so you probably won't get a good price on King for a Day, but maybe number 2, Jovia, number 3, Spun to Run. If you, from the inside post angle with the inside speed, then reason enough to put a couple bucks on those. Number 4, Bethlehem Road. Last time out, this horse had a bad trip in the Ohio Derby. But if you throw out that race, it's undefeated. It's an undefeated horse, but is it a class issue against this field? Has it not been facing the same competition as some of these other horses? But this horse is 20-1 on the morning line, I believe, so that might be worth a shot. So number 5, Mucho Gusto. We finally get to a horse. Finally, it took us 4 horses to get to a horse that's off the pace. It's trained by Bob Baffert. It won't be up front, or shouldn't be up front, to give this horse the best chance, because its running style is laying off the pace. This little kind of off the pace horse, this presser horse, stalking horse, some people call it. From a pace play alone, I think this is a contender. From just that pace play angle alone, this horse is a contender. Of course, we know about Bob Baffert. Even people who don't follow horse racing that much knows who Bob Baffert is. So it might get overbet just on that factor. But if you think that there's too much speed in this race and somebody off the pace is going to win it, then Mucho Gusto number 5 should be one of those that you factor in. Number 6, Everfast. I wasn't a big fan of this horse at all, and it came in second in the Preakness. It was rolling late. This is the other horse that the pace scenario sets up perfectly for. Just the distance might be an issue. Or is it talented enough? Yeah, I could factor in the top 3 positions, but can it win? At the right price, it's worth a gamble. You're gambling on the pace to collapse, and somebody off the pace is going to come late. And this is one of the horses that can certainly do that. And here we go. Number 7, Maximum Security. The 2019 Kentucky Derby winner for like 20 minutes before it was DQ'd and taken down. So, and there was a lot of controversy about that, whether or not you agree with the decision. It's all been said and done. It's over. We move on. Then it moved on to the next race. This last race at Monmouth, and got beat by King for a Day. It was a massive favorite, overbet favorite in my opinion. And this horse is usually the early speed of races. But almost every other horse in this race, all but 2 are early speed horses. So it has a lot of company on the front end. Are they going to wear each other out? I know I keep saying it, but to me, that's the storyline of this, or the projected storyline of this 2019 Haskell Stakes. I wouldn't be willing to take a short price. I'm always looking to beat favorites. Overbet favorites, short price favorites. I love Maximum Security. It served me well in the Florida Derby. It's made me some money here this year, this year, 2019. But I'm not going to take a short price after that performance last time. Second off a layoff, it probably might improve. It might be in better shape now. I don't know. But we keep saying this. Price determines the bet most of the time. If Maximum Security is 5-1, of course it's worth a gamble. But it won't be. It's a heavy favorite. It's 8-5 morning line. I'm going to try to beat it because it didn't impress me the first time off the layoff. And coupled with the fact that there's a lot of early speed horses, the same running style, that I think and I hope, as far as my wager is concerned, they're going to wear each other out. I'm not going to take a short price on Maximum Security. If it beats me, great, fine. Welcome back, Maximum Security, to the winner's circle. But I'm not here to play Captain Obvious. Typically, I'm here to try to win some money. So I'm going to try to beat Maximum Security. So there's our 7 contenders at Monmouth. A couple things to remember. Inside posts are doing pretty good. They have a good winning percentage. Early speed holds up pretty good at Monmouth, especially on a hot day at a fast track. That's probably what you want to look for. But in this particular race, the Haskell, race 12 at Monmouth, there's so much early speed. And to me, my philosophy is you either try to beat all that early speed by picking a horse off the pace. Sometimes it's hard to do because on paper, that's the only thing that horse has, really. No other angle. So you're taking a gamble for sure. But a lot of times, pace overcomes a lot of other angles. So I'm banking on all this early pace to collapse, and hopefully somebody off the pace will win. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's who I'm going to bet in the 2019 Haskell. as long as Mucho Gusto, the number 5 horse, isn't too overbet and too low of a price, that might be the play, just from a pace perspective. Number 1, King for a Day, it is an early speed horse, but it's got the inside post, and on paper it had one of the best recent races there is. So if we can, hopefully it doesn't bounce off that race, I think that's a good shot. So number 1, King for a Day, number 5, Mucho Gusto, and number 6, Everfast. Purely from a pace perspective, it's the only one that's really going to be closing in late. If the jockey sets it up the way the horse likes to run, then I have to bank at this price. All these early speed horses wear each other out. Everfast, or number 6, Everfast, number 5, Mucho Gusto, finishes late. So 1, 5, 6 would be a pretty smart wager in my opinion, based on the pace. You box them, you put win bets on them, whatever you want to do. It's worth maybe the other inside post. Number 2, Jovia. Number 3, Spun to Run, I think it's called. And number 4, Bethlehem Road. That might be worth it. In fact, to put those underneath, put those in exotics, put those in trifectas. But main thing is, try to beat maximum security in my opinion. Go with that number 1 horse, King for a Day, on the inside. Number 5 and number 6 off the pace, hoping the pace will break down. That might be a good, smart wager in how to bet the 2019 Haskell. I would love to hear who you all picking and how you see the race coming. If you hadn't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel, Weekend Handicapper. Hit that notification button so you get all the latest tips, tools, and resources and tutorials from this channel. And until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering, stay cool, and enjoy the 2019 Haskell Stakes. Take care.